Hello everybody and welcome to another game of Squirrels Baseball, but before we do that I thought, just for once, let's record how the draft goes. And this is one year, not really looking for anything in specific. We now have a full AAA team that gets called up and everything, so we're not really looking for a position. So let's just see what we got here. So I guess we're just going to pick whoever has the... oh, we got a 5-star? Remember him. Borland. I got a 4-star. I'm guessing there's not going to be another 5-star in here. Especially not that we're going to get. Although, shockingly, none of them look to be 5 stars, so why did he fall to us? Our scouts apparently just higher on him than everyone else, so we'll take... oh, why did I think he was 5? He's 4. Still, yeah, we'll take him. There are only 2 rounds of the draft in here. Alright, let's see what we got here. Another Hankins. I doubt there's any other 4 stars left. Oh, actually, we got a 4-star catcher. That would be fine. Is that everybody? Okay, yeah, well, I guess we'll take him. That might, as far as stars are concerned, I think this is the most successful draft we ever had. Alright, so there we go. We got a 4-star pitcher and a 4-star catcher. So maybe Minix will finally get to move on to another team. Alright, well, let's get to the actual game. And it is coming off the off day, so let's get the bench guys in. And this time we'll take out the apples, which works pretty well with the DH lineup. Is that all the DH? That's probably right. Let's put Sweeney into that second hole. Do that, and I think we are good with that. Alright, get this game started. The Orioles have a losing record, but they are in 3rd in the division. The problem is with the AL East is that the Rays have just been running away with it basically since the start. So everyone's pretty much just playing for a wild card there. And with the AL West, the top half looking strong, I'm not sure there will be a wild card out of the East. But it'll be a first chance for us to get a look at their lineup this year. I will also mention today is my 40th birthday, which has been weighing pretty heavy on me. So I'll try not to go on about that here. And just say that I hope we can get a win on my birthday, which historically has been difficult. Though I think we have won in the last couple. Borland on the mound. Not the Borland we just drafted, not West Borland. He's his own Borland. And we've got Kester here. Oh, I'm going to have to make it. I forgot to switch around the middle infield. So I'll have to change that here in a moment. Saying this is another ballpark I have been to when I was 12. Yeah, it might have been younger than that. I want to say 12, though. We went to Ocean City and saw the Maryland part of my family and went to a Orioles game while we were out there. Which they beat the A's that game. Got to see Cal Ripken and Rafael Palmeiro, and I think Ricky Henderson might have been in that game, too. Anyway, back to this game. Kester starts off with a strikeout. Sweeney will take a ball low. Apparently Borland throws a knuckle curve like Paulie does. That regular curveball catches the outside corner. Sweeney had the walk-off hit in the 10th inning against the Orcas in the last game, you might remember. My voice suddenly very gravelly as Sweeney gets a hit. This looks like it'll probably be a double. No, he's going to have to retreat, but he does get back safely, so worked out okay. Chief DHing for this series, as he usually does in DH lineups. Not always. There was a point there we were having Quentin DH because Chief was struggling. He smacks one out into center field, and that's going to put runners on the corners with only one out. And Terry to the plate to try to get an early run on the board. Borland starts him off with the fastball on the outer half. Tries it again, but it's fouled straight back. 0-2. And that one bounces in. Good save by the catcher, who I've forgotten who's back there. Gets a swing and a miss. That'll be the second out of the inning. Quentin is going to bat right-handed. See, he looks at a ball in the dirt. Could probably need a base hit now. Can't sack fly. Borland could throw it away, though. Well, that would have been a good sack fly, but there's 2 outs, so no dice. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Couple hits, but no runs for the Squirrels. Willie Taveras is going to lead things off for the Orioles. A good reminder there, I need to switch around my middle infield. There we go. All right. Well, Taveras is going to start off with the ball in the dirt. Fastball pretty much right down the middle. Taveras apparently waiting for the first strike. Curveball didn't do what Gil wanted it to, but it still got a swing and a miss. The fastball swung on and missed for strike 3. Freddie Bynum at the plate. I feel like I do have some vague memories of him. He will ground out to second. And bring Carl Crawford to the plate. He will swing it under a slider. Misses a sinker to make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good start for Gil to start off the game as we go into the second inning. Still scoreless. Zach is going to lead things off at the plate for Indianapolis.
Number 31, Williams, right fielder.
First pitch up and in. Swings and misses at a forkball. That'll make it a 1-1 count. Hit right over first base. That's going to roll a ways, but Huff is able to get there fairly quickly to keep things at a single. Here's Miyake, who did not have a good game last time out. I think he struck out all 4 times against Portland. At least in the last game. I don't remember what he did in the first game against Portland, because they only got our regulars once. The ground ball to second. They go to second with it. It's a close call, but it isn't out there. No return throw. Brings Martinez to the plate, and he will look at a ball up and out. 1 on, 1 out. Into center field. This is going to drop in for a hit. Miyake stops at second, so 2 on with 1 out. Phil got an important hit late in yesterday's game, or not yesterday, 2 days ago. Grounds to third, Boone to second, on to first. They can't get Phil, which means that they aren't going to get anybody. So that'll leave runners on the corners. Back up to Kester, who I believe struck out in his first at-bat. Borland with 2 strikeouts, first time through the Squirrels order, is in still a little bit of a jam here. Has a 2-1 count on Kester. Ground ball, a high hop, though. That might turn into an infield hit, and it sure does. That will score the first run of the game. Sweeney at the plate with 2 on and 2 outs. And that's exactly what you want to see if you've got a speedy guy at the plate. Sweeney, one of those guys as well. Well, he has an 0-2 count at the moment. Hits this one on the ground to third. No hop there, and that will end the inning. But the Squirrels strike first as we go to the bottom of the second, where Jason Bay is going to lead things off. So he's been here in Baltimore for a while now. Apparently not doing a lot this year. No home runs and hitting 143. A little surprised he's still in the lineup, to be real honest with those numbers. He's got a 1-1 count right now. Make it 2-1. Swings and misses at a slider. Looks at strike 3. It's hard to be a designated hitter if you don't hit. So here's Aubrey Huff. That pitch just a bit high. Might have been a touch outside as well. That one catches the outside corner. Swing and a miss will make it 1-2. Looks at strike 3 on a slider. 2 away. Here's Aaron Boone. Who you might possibly remember one year in the home run derby, Brett Boone was in there, and I don't even think he managed to hit a home run. And at one point swung and missed at a pitch. While Aaron Boone was on commentary, and when Brett whiffed, Aaron said, "Well, man, I could have done that," which has led to me saying that at various athletic events through the years when something goes terribly wrong. So that is the one thing I have taken away from Aaron Boone in my life. He strikes out, so we go to the third inning, 1-0 Squirrels. Chief is due up for Indianapolis. Chief got a base hit in his first at-bat. Looks at strike 1 here. Hits this one high in the air. Dudamel over at first. Makes the catch. It hung up there for a while. So here's Terry. He struck out in his first at-bat. Hits this one, and it should get through the middle, and does. A 1-out single. Brings Quinton to the plate. He hit one deep into right, but Huff went back and got it. And unfortunately, it was the last out of the inning, so it didn't drive in a run like it otherwise would have. He gets this one past Bynum at second, so that'll be another base hit. 2 on with 1 out. Borland already wiping his brow. Zach at the plate. He's behind on a fastball, or maybe even more of a changeup. Either way, he didn't hit it, and watches that pitch down at his feet. And that one about got away. Make it 2-1. This one almost hits him. Borland getting wild all of a sudden. Puts that one over for a strike. We've got a full count with 1 out. 2 men aboard. Fouled away. We will try again. Runners still stay put as Zach swings and misses. 2 away. Here is Miyake. Hit a ground ball that was a potential double play. And he is down 0-2. Miyake hitting a rough stretch here. Swings and misses for strike 3. So the Squirrels threaten, but no more runs. They still lead 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the third. I think that's Luis Hernandez, but we'll find out here for sure in just a moment. Yeah, Luis Hernandez at the plate. I thought that's who it was. Swings and misses at a sinker. Swings and misses at a curveball. Grounds this one to second. Phil takes care of that. 1 away. Jesus Flores, the catcher, looks at a pitch outside. Hitting .432. Good for him. Oh, reminds me, something else I should mention. They did release the last round of All-Star voting before this. I think it was actually on the off day. So it didn't get recorded when I decided to record the draft as Flores goes down swinging. Here's Dudamel, the first baseman. Anyway, the last round of NL All-Star voting, Tom and Terry are still leading their respective positions, and Chief moved up to second amongst third basemen, though he's still got a pretty sizable gap between he and David Wright, who is a Marlin here. Dudamel grounds to third. Throw goes on first. And that will end the inning. We go on to the fourth inning. Martinez is going to lead things off for the Squirrels. It's still a 1-0 ball game. Hits more lopsided than that. Borland still out there, but he is wiping his brow, so I don't know how much longer he's got. Gets Martinez to ground to short on one pitch. That'll help. Nope, that will actually be it. So, I guess it didn't matter how far he was going to go. Hudgens is going to take over on the mound. One out, nobody on base. Phil ground out. Well, actually, I think it's technically fielder's choice. I think he also hit into what could have been a double play, but he outran the throw to first. Which Phil does not outrun much, so... Hudgens ends up fielding that. I thought it was going to get back to Bynum, but it did not. Good play off the mound for Hudgens. Brings Kester to the plate, and he will put this into center field for a 2-out single. Here comes Sweeney, a speedy runner aboard. Sweeney 1 for 2 on the day. Hits this one to third, and that will be that. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. The Orioles back up to the top of their order, where Willie Taveras will await. Still a 1-0 Squirrels lead. Say 6 strikeouts for Gill, the first time through their order. So I guess I'll just mention the guys who didn't strike out. Although Taveras is down 0 for 2. He will swing and miss to strike out for the second time today. Bynum ground out in his first at-bat. So he will look at strike one. Swings and misses. Here's another ground ball. Phil will field that, and that will get 2 away in the inning. So here is Crawford, who he has good numbers on the year. If only their DH hit that well. Crawford with a 1-1 count. And watches that slider stay high. Then this one is down and out. It's a 3-1 count. Gets a swing and a miss on a curveball. Do believe it would have been a strike either way. Swing and a miss on a slider, and that will end the inning. We go to the fifth. It's still 1-0 Squirrels. Chief is due to lead off. Chief 1 for 2 so far. He will look at strike one. Hits this one into right center, or maybe right. I don't know exactly where you want to draw that line, but it's a base hit either way. Terry got a base hit in his last at-bat. 1 for 2 on the day. Looks at strike one. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. He'll foul this one away. Hudgens from the stretch. Lets that fastball sail a little bit. Not a bad place to put it with an 0-2 count. Good place for Terry to try to chase it, though he did not. Well, just chase that one, and that'll be strike 3. 1 away. Quinton will flip around left-handed. He was 1 for 2 on the other side. Hits this one foul on a line drive out into the stands right by the dugout. Hit and run, but the ball goes foul to make it 0-2. That fastball pretty far outside. Fouled away again. Everything going off to left field so far. Well, this one, I guess, straight back. It's still a 1-2 count, and we get a swing and a miss for the second out of the inning. So here's Zach. He's 1 for 2 today. Trying to remember if he's the one that got the RBI. I can't remember now who drove in that run. He's got a 2-0 count to start this at-bat. This is fouled straight back to make it 2-1. This will get into left field. That'll be a base hit. Runner stays at second. 2 aboard for Miyake, who has not done anything in a couple games now. Looks at strike 1. This one gets away all the way to the backstop, so both runners will move up 90 feet. Miyake with a 1-1 count and a chance to break this game open a little bit. He swings and misses at that pitch. And swings and misses again. Hudgens out of the jam. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Squirrels still leading 1-0, and Jason Bay is going to lead it off. It's shocking to me that Jason Bay, let alone that he's in the lineup, and they still have him in the cleanup spot. That's probably how you end up with a losing record as he looks at strike 1. Hits a ground ball right to Kester. 1 down. Here is Aubrey Huff. His numbers look good too. I'm sure he could also DH very well. Puts this in the left field. Quinton going over, but he's not going to get there. That'll be the first Oriole base runner of the game, and it's a 1-out double. So this lead suddenly in danger after Gill had been throwing a perfect game to that point. Didn't really think he was going to end up doing it, but all the same. So here's Aaron Boone, runner on second with 1 out. Sinker in there for a strike. Curveball gets a swing and a miss. A fastball put on the ground to third. Runner will have to retreat. The throw goes to first. Good out there from Gill, though not out of the woods just yet. Luis Hernandez at the plate. Would love to tie this game, I am sure. Pops it up. Sweeney goes back to the edge of the grass and makes the catch. So the Orioles do get a hit, but it's a still 1-0 ball game in the runs column. Martinez is going to lead it off at the plate. He hits this towards the middle, but not very hard. Hernandez picks it up, no problem. 1 away. So here's Phil. He's ground credited with the grounder. One of those should be a fielder's choice, like I said. That pitch is outside, and this is going to be a base hit into center field. Nothing ambiguous about that. Here is Kester, who is 2 for 3 so far today. As that fastball stays outside. This is popped up right at the plate. Hudgens is going to come in a few steps off the mound. Actually floated a little further away from the plate than I thought it would, but regardless, here's Sweeney. He's 1 for 3 so far. So that slider breaks too far outside. And then a swing and a miss will make it 1-1. There is a called strike to make it 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Still a 1-0 Squirrels lead as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Flores due to come up for the Orioles. Flores struck out in both at-bats in his first at-bat, as did about everybody that first go-around. He's got a 1-1 count here. Looks at strike 2. Hits this one towards the middle, and that will be the second Oriole hit of the game. Leadoff single brings Dudamel to the plate. He ground out. He will look at strike 1. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. And that pitch a bit low. Dudamel lays off. Hits this one right back up the middle. Gill can only duck. 2 men aboard for the Orioles, and now we've got a problem. So here's Willie Taveras as he looks at strike 1. He struck out in both at-bats so far. But a big opportunity here, though he goes down 0-2. Just misses outside. Ground ball. Gill fields it himself, goes to third with it. Throw to first, not in time. Got the lead runner, though. 1 away. Freddie Bynum at the plate. Still 2 men aboard. So Baltimore still with a threat to tie this game. Combine him with a 2-0 count. Puts a ground ball. Phil's not going to get there. Will it score a run? Zach going home, and I think he's going to get there. Oh, no! Good throw by Zach to cut down what would have been the tying run. Boy, he had to put that on a dime, and he sure did. Beating there by a full step. Like I said, if that throw was not on line, it was not going to work. The Squirrels still clinging by their fingernails to this lead. Still 2 men aboard. There are now 2 outs. Carl Crawford, I believe, has struck out in both at-bats today. He's got a 1-2 count as he chases that pretty bad curveball. Oh, that's a base hit. That will score a run. Miyake does a good job cutting that off to keep it at 1. But it is an RBI double, and this game is tied. So Gill going to get an extra inning, not because of the perfect game, but because we don't have a lead. Jason Bay at the plate has already had his average drop 10 points. So maybe he's just coming off of injury. Maybe I've been a little rough on him. Doesn't have the at-bats he typically would. He's got a 2-1 count at the moment. Make it 2-2. 2 away, 2 on, 2 in scoring position even. And that will be a base hit, and the Orioles are going to take the lead. Maybe scoring 2. They sure do. Sitting turning into a bit of a disaster. Orioles now leading by 2 with Aubrey Huff at the plate. Here's a chance to throw out a runner to get out of it, and Martinez does so. Orioles put up 3 to take the lead. 3-1. We move to the 7th where Chief is due up. Should also mention, this is game 63, so 100 to go from this point. We're 55-7 so far, so, you know, no complaints. If we go 55-8, I think we can handle that. Chief pops this up in foul ground. Flores has to wait forever, but he does make the catch. So here's Terry. He's 1 for 3. He's struck out in the other 2 at-bats. Looks at strike 1 here. Swing and a miss to make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down, here's Quinton. He is also 1 for 3. Struck out in his last at-bat. Looks at strike 1. Hits a ground ball. Hudgens knocks it down and gets it to first in time. That brings us to the stretch. Orioles leading 3-1, and they will have Aubrey Huff leading off on the other side. Well, Gill was looking real good for 6 innings, and then the 7th did not go how he would have liked.
Your attention, please. Now Indianapolis, number 76, Gonzalez.
All right, Huff with the double in his last at-bat. Looks at strike 1. Hits this one real hard. Not a lot of doubt on that one. A 423-foot shot, his 12th home run of the year. And the Orioles are going to go up 4-1. Boy, from a perfect game to... It's not a blowout yet. It's still a safe situation, but it's not feeling great, I'll tell you that. Aaron Boone's got a 1-1 count. As he watches that go down by his feet. This one's outside. It's 3-1. There's a called strike. We got a full count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 1 down. Luis Hernandez is 0 for 2 on the day. He will look at a ball. Swings over a splitter. And the cutter towards second. Phil on the short hop gets it to first in plenty of time. 2 down. Here's Flores. Got, I do believe, an RBI single in his last at-bat. As Gonzalez puts the first 2 in the dirt. Not very appetizing pitches, and this one's too high. 3-0. I think that would have been ball 4, but Flores swung at it. 3-1. And looks at strike 2. We got a full count with 2 outs, nobody on base. And a swing and a miss gets Gonzalez out of the inning, but not before a solo home run makes it 4-1 Orioles as we go into the 8th. Zach is going to lead it off for Indianapolis. Zach's 2 for 3 on the day. This pitch is up and in. Hudgens starting to wipe his brow. I imagine, I don't know who the closer is for the Orioles, but I'm sure they would be happy to give the ball to him in the 9th. Zach's got a 1-2 count. He'll hit this towards second, and it'll get through for a base hit. He's 3 for 4 on the day. So here's Miyake. He's 0 for 3 with a couple strikeouts. He is definitely due. There's a strike, 1-1. Hits this one. That's through the right side. That's his first hit in at least 2 games. So here's Martinez with 2 aboard and nobody out. Hudgens still wiping away at his brow. Puts first pitch in there for strike 1. This is popped up. Will Flores have room? Looks like he will, and he makes the catch. There we go. Got caught between words there. So now 2 aboard with 1 out. Phil got a base hit in his last at-bat, I think it was, and this one is not going to do it. It's going to be an easy double play. Zach had already taken off from second. It was a decent catch from Hernandez at short. So here's Dudamel. Gonzalez will work a second inning. Dudamel with a base hit in his last at-bat, and that's going to be a base hit in this at-bat to lead things off. 1 pitch, 1 hit. Here's Taveras. He is 0 for 3. That pitch is down and away. And a changeup. Throws another changeup, but that one is in there for a strike. Yet another changeup, gets a swing and a miss. Will he throw something else? Threw a splitter, got another swing and a miss for the first out of the inning. Here's Bynum. He's 1 for 3 so far. Runner still on first as that catches the outside corner. Changeup gets a swing and a miss. A splitter could be a double play ball. How quickly will Phil get it to first? Not quickly enough. 2 away though. Crawford with a double. I think is it a 2 RBI double or just a 1 RBI double? But a very timely double either way. Hits this one well as well. It's not going to score a run this time. It's going to leave the runners on the corners. For Bay, who did come up with a base hit in his last at-bat. There are 2 outs, as that splitter is in there for a strike. Hits this one right to Kester at short, and that will end the inning. We go to the 9th. The Squirrels are going to need 3 runs to stay alive, despite out-hitting the Orioles by 4. Kester to lead things off. It looks like the... Oh, Nishak, okay. He was a pretty decent pitcher, so this might be a little tough. Kester 2 for 4 on the day to start things off. Looks at strike 1. And a lot going on in that windup. The game captures that pretty well. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down. Here's Sweeney. He's 1 for 4. There's a called strike. Hits this one right to, well, not right to Dudamel, but he did pick it up and step on the bag. Chief is right now the last hope. He is 2 for 4. Can he extend the game? Doesn't look like it. A line drive to Huff, and that does end things. Your final score today, Indianapolis Squirrels 1, Baltimore Orioles 4. So, yeah, you know, games like that happen. Got hits, but couldn't cash in the meaningful ones. You know, pitching normally spot on. Gil had trouble getting out of the 6th inning, and Gonzalez didn't pitch badly, but did let one get over the fence. Well, the home run doesn't even make the highlight reel. Jason Bay is actually going to be your player of the game for driving in the winning run. So thank you, everybody, for watching. If you'd like to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, feel very free. Otherwise, we'll be back here in Baltimore tomorrow. We'll see you then.